what's up everybody? Welcome to Kaijutopia. I'm Tom, and this is just me going straight into some visual effects work on my current stop motion project, Godzilla Rises. Godzilla Rises will be my stop motion tribute to one of my favorite scenes from Godzilla King of the Monsters. So you might remember the scene where shortly after Serizawa's sacrifice, Godzilla rises out of the water supercharged and has a face-to-face with the human cast. It's a great moment. It's kind of like if I were a poet, I'd maybe like dazzle you with about how Godzilla and Kyle Chandler's character had, they shared eye contact, and despite our many differences, I'm a 400-foot tall like radioactive giant monster, and you're just a little, you're Coach Taylor. We're not too different, but anyway, it's a great moment. But in my version, we're gonna have, instead of like just humans, we have some memorable characters from all across different franchises. You got Full Metal Alchemist, Cyclops from the X-Men. We have Master Chief, Batman, Charizard, the works. Let me see if I could bring them up on screen just to give you guys a little bit of what I'm talking about here. Alright, so here's what I got from an earlier shot, right? Pardon me, just a second. Here they are in all their glory. They're getting ready for battle. Looks pretty epic. And of course, you gotta give them props. I mean, they're staring down Godzilla. But hey, just because they're brave doesn't mean they're very smart, right? So anyway, this is going to be a shot in my project where Godzilla is going to just turn around and just decide, you know what, they're not worth it, and he's going to dive under the water. Still kind of a, work in progress here, trying to mask everything just right. I might have to like just adjust, see for example, just adjust some things just so everything is just the way I want it. But man, it's going pretty good. It's been super hot. I mean, everybody knows this. I mean, it's hot everywhere, it seems. So I've been just pretty much coming up here early in the morning trying to like get what I can done, because I'm not only excited about this project, I'm excited about the next project, and which is a big mistake. I mean, no matter what, if you're a stop motion artist like myself, or maybe you're just a filmmaker, or just you love art, you love doing what you enjoy doing, what you're passionate about, but then you start thinking about your next project when you haven't finished your current project, that is not cool. But it kind of is cool. It's a little exciting. So, oh geez. Sorry, I see there are people in the chat. Sorry, I was not expecting people so soon. So I got Goji65. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. Martino Tan, Godzilla. Indeed, my friend. You're going to see a lot of Godzilla today. Patrick, what's up? Good to see you. Geigen23 Red Rex. Good, man. I like it. Geigen Red Rex. I'm guessing you are a big fan of Geigen Rex, who I am also particularly fond of. I enjoy that Geigen variant. Patrick says, I miss when everyone used the SH Monster Arts 2019 Godzilla for stop motion. Yeah, that was a pretty good figure. This actually is the Hiya Toys version of it, but I have used the 2019 Godzilla SH Monster Arts as well. Ooh, King Coyote, Godzilla could be good. Really see you, and it looks good. Thank you so much. I'm glad this is looking pretty good. It's really one of those things where right now, I'm just, we're so close to being finished with this project that I can't wait to show you guys what's going on. I mean, I can give you a couple more glimpses. I just showed you like the whole lineup of our heroes facing down the King of the Monsters. at the same time, like, I don't want to like spoil too much, you know. I want you to be able to go in and watch this movie and just, I hope you have a big smile on your face. So anyway, right here we have Godzilla himself. I'm going to show you how I did this. So I got him all in front of a green screen right here. He does his motion here, turns, and then dives. By itself, it looks terrible. But I made sure this Goji 7 layer right over here, top left, you can't see it, cuts out right here on your screen. But I have all the screens labeled and such. I said all the screens I meant all the layers named. See, each layer here is made up of one frame that I took, because when I do my stop motion, I make sure to record. I just take my camera, it's an iPhone with a specific type of camera app that I use. I think it's called ProCam. And what I do is I just record, and bit by bit, I mean, you could see my hands, my fingers, and some editing sessions come in and just tweak up, you know, move Godzilla's chin or open his mouth here and there. And frame by frame is what we do. But right here, you'll see that this is not stop motion. This is just me actually underneath the camera just rotating Godzilla. And then in After Effects, I will change the position and rotation in whatever way that I want. Adding motion blur to the whole thing helps out as well. And then we can see he dives. Now this, again, as I mentioned, looks terrible. But that's okay, because later we come in and add his tail separately. And his tail, you will notice, is in motion as well. I mean, I'm not just talking about the position and rotation. I mean, the actual tail is moving. And when I recorded this, I did add stop motion, but then during the making of this project, I really started using these tools called the Puppet Position Pen, or Puppet Pen for short. And when you add it in certain locations, so for example, I have 5 total here. See these little yellow circles? Each one can move my subject, which is perfect. It's exactly what I want to happen here. And I'm able to move this tail almost as if it's like CGI, almost like that it's not even stop motion. So this is great. This was exactly what I've been waiting for. And so when I combine both Godzilla and his tail together, you get a cool little motion shot of here. Obviously, if you look very closely, you can see like certain things that are like, really, that looks a little off, that looks a little weird. That's normal, that's okay. That's what editing is for, that's why we're here. But when it's all in super fast motion, and when I add other effects here, other assets like water splashes and fog and other stuff, I mean, it's been a long established tradition of VFX artists that we typically are really good at covering up our mistakes. We know our, what we're doing isn't perfect. We know we're quite picky, if I don't say so myself. But we're also pretty good at covering some mistakes. We just add more layers and presto. Now, that might come across as a little cheap or a little like, oh, what do you mean? Or why don't you just try and focus on fixing the problem? Well, I believe that I have done the most that I can do at this time with my Godzilla tail and Godzilla subjects. I will, of course, add more changes here and there when I'm able to. But otherwise, it looks pretty decent. I'm liking where we're going. So let's add the water. We're going to bring my water effect back here to get a better glimpse of just what this all looks like. I'm going to let that load, chat with you guys. Mittens Cat Underlord, good to see you again, my friend. How are you? I hope you are doing great. We're gonna give my poor computer a chance to just, you know, render this. So there is one thing, thanks to this, thanks to the ocean. Yeah, and if you're new to the channel, or if you're new to these VFX streams, I might just start talking one moment and then I'm suddenly really quiet the next. I am not really good at multitasking. I'm trying right this second as I explain that I'm not good at multitasking. And I'm just gonna be like super quiet because all my brain power is going towards, you know, what you see, the editing, everything. Geigen Rex, thanks for coming. I hope you have a good rest of your day, bud. Hey, yeah, Mittens, I'm doing pretty good. Doing great. Good to see that you're doing great as well. King Coyote, you just subbed. Thank you very much. You know what? I usually forget to do this, but here's Godzilla coming up. He's gonna like, and he's asking everyone to like and subscribe, but you already did, and I am super fortunate to have you. Thank you. Alright, so Godzilla is gonna be diving under the water here, and you know, this looks pretty good. It's gonna look even better when I add some water splash effects and such. Of course, I see now a couple other issues that I should just suck it up and work on now, huh? Okay. Alright, I see the problem with my masking decision. I now have to go all... Ooh. If I go all in, I'm gonna have to adjust the tail. See what I mean? This is a little off. But my guy is already over. So hang on. I'm gonna have to take Gojira here and make a copy of him, so I know where to, so I know what I'm working with. Okay. We'll see if that works. Mittens, you saw Ultraman Rising. I am excited to hear that. What did you think? up my little mistakes even better. You all know what I'm talking about. Not something I'm sure everyone wants to hear, but yeah. Alright, let's see if I can... One of those things where I really wish I had planned things out a little better, but that's okay. It's all part of that learning experience. Just gonna move it over just slightly. Up everything, as has indeed happened in the past. Alright, Mittens, I loved Ultraman Rising. It was so good. I felt it was a little long, but that's a nitpick. I really like Ultraman now. Because of that, I decided to watch Ultraman Arc, and I also saw the first 2 episodes of the Netflix anime. Mittens, you are on like an Ultraman binge, and I'm all here for it. That's awesome to hear. I'm glad you liked Ultraman Rising, and let me know more about what you think about Ultraman. It is, it's definitely very... Ultraman has been around for many, many years, so like it's great to see that even despite kind of similar to how Godzilla's been around for a long time, it's always fun to hear you know, the thoughts of a new fan. King Coyote says, I feel like Muto Prime should show up in the Monsterverse. That's coming from a Muto fan. I mean, I'm sure you mean the Monsterverse films. I mean, technically, last I checked, some of the Monsterverse graphic novels are still canon. So, you know, Muto Prime has already shown up, but I think I get what you mean. I'd love to see the Mutos return to the big screen. I'm kind of shocked we haven't really seen them since Godzilla King of the Monsters, and that was just like a short little cameo, you know? It would be pretty terrific if we saw Muto Prime in all its glory on the big screen. Gigan Rex, that would be cool. I want Gigan in the Monsterverse. Me too. It would be awesome to see Gigan make a Monsterverse entrance. because the tail weirdly just goes across the screen here. I know there's a reason why I did that. Now it's like, okay, I might have to redo a couple things. Let's see what I can do about that. And I think one thing that I can do is maybe undo some of what I just did here. We're gonna experiment, see what happens. Oh, that did not look. Maybe at first I have it move over a tad. Like right there. Let's see if that works. Oh wait, it did not work. Hang on. All right, kind of looking pretty good. All right, that actually worked. Wow, I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, I kind of knew that was gonna work. All right, it didn't. Hang on, I made a mistake. See what I mean? You gotta. Don't celebrate too soon. Okay. Alright. Godzilla looks great. Let's pre-compose, make him into a one big whole giant monster here. Alright. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, hey, I have a confession. I was totally editing before I started the stream because I'm not that bright. I thought, ooh, editing, let's go for it. And then I thought, you know what? About an hour in, I was like, wait a minute, what if we streamed? I know. So just a heads up, I don't know if today is going to be a long stream, but we're making some good progress here, aren't we? We're doing pretty good. Whoosh. Yep. Okay. Water churning still. Underwater glow can go. Fog back. Alright, this whole fog thing might Might have to readjust some of this. I'll come back and make a note to try that one again. All right. Got some water splash effects that I used in a previous comp. Could take a look at this. These water assets come from Production Crate. They are amazing. If you are a VFX artist, an aspiring filmmaker, yeah, totally consider subscribing to these guys. They're pretty awesome. See what I mean? These splashes are pretty cool. Timing is way off.
So did Democrat.
Oh, no. What is going on? Okay. Let's see what else. I'm broken. My mouth isn't working. So far, so good. Things are turning out pretty good with these initial splash effects. Welcome back, Mittens. I have not seen the first episode of Ultraman Arc. I've seen some really cool clips. I think there was this one that was going around Kaiju social media recently that showed this really cool like shot from inside like an office building, and it kept panning up like to the top floor after following Ultraman in this really epic fight against a kaiju, and it looked incredible. I was really quite impressed. Okay, let's try this again. What's up, everybody? If you're just joining us, I am in the midst of having Godzilla dive down underwater to gratuitous amounts of splashing. I hope that came across okay. The way I said that was kind of like, okay, you know, gratuitous amount of splashing. Okay. Yeah, the Ultraman anime I'm not really interested in as well. It's just not the kind of thing that I'm into. I think I watched like the first 3-4 episodes waiting for it to really pick up, but it just didn't do the trick for me. Splash effects, but this will give us a good. See ya, Geigen Rex. Let's see. All right, so dives in. So I got the initial splashes just the way I want them to be. Least one more splash. See what I can do about that. I should rewatch Gamera. Ooh, yeah, Gamera Rebirth. Now we're talking. Yeah, sadly, I don't think Gamera Rebirth did well enough to make Netflix go, we want to renew this show for a second season. Which is a bummer. But that's how these things work. I know what you mean. The only people that cared about Rebirth were the 5 pre-existing fans. Wow, you're being quite generous. I mean, last I checked, there were not 5 of us, but you know what? I'll take what I can get. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there could be a number of reasons why Gamma Rebirth didn't perform well. I mean, it could be just it wasn't promoted nearly as much as it should have been. Perhaps it's just that the animation goes from being extremely impressive to what are the people? Are those the people? Like, what's going on here? There's a number of things that I think, unfortunately, things that happened that the show may have left a pretty lousy taste in anyone, especially some newcomers, people who are new to, all things kaiju. It's hard to say. I mean, I still would love to have another season. I thought it was a good show. I liked it. Definitely did some things that irked me, of course, but that's okay. far as the water goes, this is all pretty good. All right, here we go. Okay, so what am I? How long has that light been bright on me? Jeez. Man. Yeah, my normal setup here would be everything would be all shiny, you know, there'd be more streaming lights and stuff going on, but honestly, like I mentioned at the start, I've been like, I've been kind of like just editing all morning. Didn't really occur to me to stream until earlier, and yeah, here we are. You know what would be a really cool thing to add? A reflection effect. Let's do that. I'm going to add this reflection effect from Red Giant. It's part of their VFX Suite pack. It is all kinds of awesome. Things to work out. Okay. Okay. Oh man. Does this thing even work? Yeah, I have my laptop over here in the corner, and sometimes I just want to listen to some stuff, and I'm just kind of like, okay, are these AirPods gonna work? Because sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't connect. They say they're connected, and then you do, and then the computer speakers just blare something that you're trying to listen to, but you're like, nope. I want it just for me. I'm selfish like that. I want to be the only one to hear it. Also, I'm streaming, and I don't want to like have someone else's content going off, and then they're like, yo, not cool, man, not cool. Anyway, let's take a look at what we got so far. Water effect is looking pretty good. What about our dear splashes? That is not looking so good. Okay, mental note, come back to seeing if I can do the water blast later. Otherwise, it's not a big deal. All right. Big G is looking great. I'm going to add a quick little glow effect because in the previous shot, his eyes are glowing. And this is going to be very simple and straightforward. We'll call this Atomic Eye. I'm going to change the mode to Add. And then I'm going to go to Effect, hit Video Copilot, and go Optical Flares. Go to Options here, and just single out Solo, just this cool little glow effect. Change the color a little bit. And I'm just going to go over here to Godzilla's eyeball. Change the brightness a bit because it's a bit too much. Right now I'm just changing the optical flare's position so that it aligns with Godzilla's eye, because the flare is being used to, well, be Godzilla's eye glow whenever he's charging up his thermonuclear power. Kind of nearing the end here in terms of what I'm going to be able to do for the day. It is beginning to get hot, and no matter how many fans and AC we have going as of now, it is still, man, it gets hot here. So I don't want to be next to a hot computer all day for that. I mean, I do, but I also don't. And we'll have to add another effect, another kind of glow effect for Godzilla's other eyeball. Cloud9, hey, what's up, brother? I have a question. What VFX software do you use, and how much do you pay for you to use it? Always enjoy your content. Keep it up, man. Well, thank you so much. I use Adobe After Effects. I have a monthly membership with them, with Adobe. Perhaps may not be the best time, but Adobe is in hot water, given some, well, just to be charitable, they definitely have been doing things they shouldn't be doing. So when a customer tries to cancel their membership, Adobe pretty much doesn't let them. So they're kind of jerks. With that being the case, I see that as more of being a sort of corporate, some, I don't know, some business person making really greedy decisions, and I'm not trying to say this is a sort of jab at their coding or their software in itself. I like their software. It's why I'm using it right now. With that being said, though, I do not, of course, support the kind of crap they've been pulling, and I hope they cease and desist with such really blatantly terrible, obnoxious behavior. Alright, we're going to switch to our other eye here. Now here I'm gonna try and figure out if I want to keep the glowing effect going for a bit, just because, well, it looks cool. And I think I will. I think we'll keep at it and maybe have it go all the way up till this point. Alright, let's keep at it. Okay, let's see how this looks. Alright, his glowing eyes of awesome are finished. It's good to go. Just call these atomic eyes. They are not the kind you want to lock on from across the room. If anyone caught that reference, well, thank you. If not, it's best that you don't know. Got Charizard down here, just, just trying to, protect his friends. He's loyal. He's come a long way. Oh yeah, the lightning stuff in the back. Alright, the big G is about to swim off. But that's okay. Because we still have more awesome stuff to work on. We'll just comp those together and call them, you know, Thunder. Thunder effects. Do now is considered finding another water effect. I just want to add something here. Just because there's something about the way Godzilla's moving right now that just doesn't sit right with me, because we're dealing with a giant monster. We need to time stretch. We need to slow down the time here. So I'm going to take this water splash and make it simulate water churning around Godzilla's, well, around his body. All right. Honestly, this is just about done. So I know I've flirted with the idea of just, you know, ending the stream here soon, but I do think there's a couple more things that I want to do before where that happens. So let's bring back this other water effect real quick, because I just noticed something that offends me. Take a moment and think about how, out of all the heroes that are probably shaking in their boots, think about how Charizard must feel. Charizard is, you know, one of the best, if not the best Pokemon around, right? He's a fire type, but he has a huge weakness to water. Like, look around you. Do we not see the do we not see what poor Charizard must be feeling right about now? I am sure he has had better days, but now sadly he's feeling quite intimidated, I'd say. Fighting Godzilla, you know what, he's prepared to take one for the team, but you know, he's just not really a big fan of swimming, especially being trapped in open water. See you around, Mittens. Take good care. I am just about finished. What I'm gonna do next is just add some tweaks. Use my beloved Super Comp to make everything look so much cooler, and then we might be finished. However, there is a couple other stuff right here I need to work on. Just gonna pre-compose everything, make sure we're all good. I do this especially, I'll pre-compose a comp within a comp, mainly because I might add certain like I might mess with the opacity and have it timed, but then I might forget, and so that when I open up Super Comp, like I would have to make those changes all over again within that, or I can just comp it again and I don't have to go back and change anything. If that made absolutely no sense, that's okay. Alright, speaking of Super Comp, let's bring it out. Oh, that's not Super Comp, not Super Comp. Let's try that again. Alright. I'm gonna give you a rush tour of Super Comp. Super Comp basically allows me to take all my layers and match them and blend them together to improve the overall immersive effect that I really like going for in many of my projects. already have a lot of these. These are called layer presets. I already have them set in a way that I'm in favor of, that match what I set out to do. I might make some changes here and there, but overall, usually everything is proceeding as I have intended. Something, you know, like that. Guys, this is called the volume fog. It is one of my favorite effects. Do these separately. I'll just call it water churning. All right, let's add that back in and see how that looked. we are in business. Alright. Almost there. Man, I'm gonna go just chill, binge watch something cool, keep working on some scripts for upcoming projects, you know, just the dream. Is that what it is? Alright, I'm going to let this render for a second so everybody could see how it's looking. I'm going to be right back. And then this stream will be ending a little shortly. So, BRB. returned. How's everything looking? A little bland on some of our characters down here. I could see with heroes it's a little off, but that's okay. I can make that quick change. Let's take a look at what we got first. Okay, everything else is looking pretty good. Want to add a blur effect to our thunder in the background. And let's go in and adjust our main comp on these guys. And after this, I'm gonna go eat. I am hungry. See, it's because of the water splash, that's why. Alright, that should work then. Alright, everybody, it's been great. Thank you so much for being there with me. You know, just something I was gonna say, like, thank you so much for, like, helping, keeping me company and all that, but, you know, I think my stomach is growling and I have to get going. Anyway, take care of yourselves. I'll see you all.